welcome to Evolve World Journeys. I'm Alex, your gracious host. Thank you for this day. And if you're new here, thanks for finding us. If you come back often, thanks for coming back. This is our Thursday breathwork journey. And, just a quick backstory. This is brought to you by Evolve Well, my company that I co-founded with Pete Kennedy. And Katie here, our wonderful co-host, is part of our team. And we're building really interesting tools for the world to help humans relate with AI in a way that's rational and sound. And where it started actually was in a journey around addiction recovery for me and wanting to make addiction recovery accessible for people because I started to see it as sort of fundamentally a habit change issue. And whether you identify with having substance addictions or behavioral addictions or habits in your life that you just wish were different, that occupy a lot of your time and energy. The core seed of Evolve Well was built out of this: how do we make all this amazing stuff that I've been discovering in my own personal journey of healing from addiction more accessible to people? And that's what brought me to this practice of breathwork. I've been studying pranayama since I was very young. For a time, my addiction took me away from breathing. I was literally smoking so much weed that I just didn't breathe much, except I was breathing in smoke. And I lost the practice entirely. And when I got sober, it took me a while to get back to realizing that my breath was perhaps one of my greatest allies. But I'm reading this amazing book today by I started reading it a few days ago by this guy, Dr. Adi Jaffe, who's got a PhD in psychology from UCLA, one of the best psychology programs in the world. And his core focus was addiction because he almost lost his career due to alcoholism, which was active while he was studying at UCLA. And the book is called The Abstinence Myth, and it challenges some of the traditional views of recovery that are abstinence-based, of like, as long as you don't do the thing, then you're gonna be worthy of recovery. And the moment you fail in that, then there's actually a lot of shame that comes along with that failure. And I understand, I think shame has a role in trying to self-monitor, and also shame has a role in our social world of trying to create some baseline of behavior that's acceptable. And there is a good intention, but shame is wicked in its capacity to remain hidden, keep you isolated, keep you feeling bad about yourself, generating strong narratives that are eroding to your self-esteem and your self-worth. And so today is dedicated to releasing shame, or at least sitting with the part of us that feels shameful and giving it a hug. Just being like, I got you. It's okay. Our human nature goes into some pretty deep, dark places when we really get honest with ourselves. And I think that honesty is a wonderful first step. In a way, the good part of addiction recovery across the board is the first step is usually acceptance, not wishing you were different. So I do invite you to, and I'll bring this in through the practice, is just to notice where shame lives in your life, where it's still kind of festering in the shadows, where it has you pulled away from belonging and caught in a loop of negative self-talk, negative self-perspective. And the degree to which we can become aware of it seems to be the degree to which we can begin to love that part of ourselves back into the light and not cast it out further, which, shame tends to spiral on itself. So if we judge ourselves for being shameful, then we just feel more shame because now we're bad for being bad. And at the core message of shame, which Brene Brown's done a lot of research around, is that I am bad, not I did something bad, but as a being is wrong. There's something wrong here, right? So that's the deal today. Welcome to I would call it Shame Fest, but it's the opposite of that. The Healing Shame Fest today. And to the degree to which that helps bring some soothing balm to your being, great. And if you're not in touch with any shame in your life, that's okay too. So breath practice can be done seated or lying down. And just encouraging you to take a moment, get comfortable if you're not already comfortable. If you are comfortable, perhaps you could get just a little bit more comfortable. And we're taking our time with this practice today, right? This uncovering of shame is not to be rushed. You can just let the fast pace of the world dissolve for a little while as we have this next 50 minutes together. And so, inviting you to close your eyes, relax the jaw, relax the tongue, relax the muscles around the eyes. And just start to notice how your body feels. Right away, is there anywhere that you can bring your awareness into places of restriction or tightness? Checking around the eyes, across the forehead. Checking the muscles around the ears. And checking the crown of the head and down into the occiput at the back of the skull, where you feel the connective tissue of the neck attach. Can you maybe take an inhale and breathe into this occipital part of the body and just let it soften a little bit? This is an interesting place to start the core meditation is in the old part of the brain stem, the part that governs survival instincts and our autonomous nervous system, the fight and flight nervous system. Can we just breathe into that part of our body and relax a little bit more? Like imagine someone's holding you. Imagine perhaps you're laying on a bed and someone's got you, someone who loves you has you, and you can just relax a little bit more. And as you do that and you notice your breath a little bit, just letting your breath sink down into the shoulders, down into the chest, inviting in space on the inhale and softening and relaxing on the exhale. And then taking some more deeper breaths from the chest down into the belly. Using the diaphragm muscles to ignite the core. Softening on the exhale. Belly. Chest. So starting to activate the deeper breath a little bit more. Breathing down with the diaphragm, pressing down into the hips. Perhaps using the voice on the way out to sigh. Letting your pelvis relax open a little bit, softening the muscles around the hips. And then we're going to take 10 priming breaths together, wave-like breaths before we start this meditation around shame. Belly, chest, out. Nice, strong wave-like breath. Here we go. Five more. All the way in and all the way out. Two more. Press it all the way out. Take a breath in and hold it. Draw your pelvic floor up. Exhale. So if I ever want to meditate on shame, the first place I go is to my roots in my body, to my perineum, to all of the dark, desire-y, survival-y places I have in that part of my body, how sensitive it is, how primal it is, how mysterious it is. And I just ask, can I accept this part of myself? Can I accept my desires, my needs? Can I accept that I have a want for more? Can I accept that when I was very young, I developed strategies to cope with stress and trauma that helped at the time, but now they keep me isolated, fearful, stuck in survival mode, nervous, anxious, insecure. With the narrative of, if you really knew me, you couldn't possibly love me. If you really knew what was hidden in the darkness, you would hate it like I do. So whatever your current reality is with regards to this, perhaps letting that darkness speak a little bit inside, like if you really knew me, what does the shame have to say? How does the shame want to hide and feel defeated by the overwhelming nature of parts of life? And how does the shame reinforce itself? And as you do that, then take a breath of acceptance and soften into a way of being with this shame that's not so self-judgmental, not so harsh on yourself. Can you also feel your capacity for kindness and loving awareness? Can you let your shame exist with this beautiful ability you have to embrace life just the way it is? if it helps you to imagine how you would be with someone else's shame, can you be that with your own? Imagining someone close to you that you cared about just gave you this piece of shame that they've been carrying, how you would care for it. Can you turn that love towards yourself? So we're going to stay with this meditation, this somatic physical sensation of shame and the stories that go along with it. Where does it live in the body? What phrases and lines do we repeat in the darkness? I'm just not enough. And we're going to breathe with that, like this. Nice deep breaths, wave-like motion all the way in, all the way out. We're going to breathe for a while today. To just let you stay with this meditation. Can I meet the shame with love, and kindness, and awareness? all the way out. Can you breathe in a way that takes you deeper into this embrace of the shameful parts of your body and just love them into awareness? Just a few more breaths. Keep it going. Stay with the body. Breathe into the bones. Breathe into the darkness. Soften the mind. Last few breaths in this round. Okay, take a nice deep breath all the way in, root to crown. Draw that energy up from the perineum. Press your lower belly towards the spine. Imagine that cerebral spinal fluid rising up through the heart into the mind. Creating this fluid connection between your roots and your crown. When you're ready, sigh your voice out all the way down into emptiness. And just feel this loving embrace of your darkness. Just staying at the bottom of the breath. Feeling the sensations in your body and your capacity to love yourself. Like a kind elder would hold a child. Imagine wrapping this adaptive, childlike part of yourself in the greatest hug of all time. imagine a wise elder part of yourself forgiving this child for what it needed to do to survive. And just asking the question, so what feels in alignment now? Given all that we've experienced together, what choices do we want to make now, together? Perhaps as the wise elder in you and the little child in you look towards a slowly burning fire, sitting quietly in the darkness together, can you feel a sense of hope inside, inspiration that you can change, that you can forge a new path? Or perhaps rediscover an old one. Combining innocence with wisdom, love with confidence. Can you be at peace with who and what you are? Can you forgive? Can you allow? Can you be honest about the places where you hide from the world? Can you be the first one to remember to love this part of you unconditionally? And give it a place in the garden. What does this part of you need to relax back into love? So getting ready for one more long round, just 2 long rounds today. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Sigh it out. If your body wants to shake and move and make sound, express, whatever wants to come out, let that come out. Embrace the fullness of your experience. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. Here we go. bit more. Letting the shame dance with the love in every breath. letting your voice love the body a little bit more deeply. I'm okay just the way I am. Nothing to fix, nothing broken. Nice deep inhale all the way in. Hand on your heart, hand on your belly. A sigh of forgiveness. I'm sorry for all the places where I shamed myself for being shameful. I forgive you, I love you, I see you, I accept you. You're okay. You did what you had to do, and now we can choose together. When you slip and fall, I'll be there with you. And when I slip and fall, I'll surrender back into life. Let life hold me. All my relations, thank you for holding me. So I think one of the most important things to remember when working with shame is to remember you're not alone. We all carry it. And perhaps for a time it was genuinely helpful, but now it's just holding us back from being more fully ourselves, giving our gifts unapologetically. So just taking a final moment to do some metta practice with this, of just feeling the healing within your own being and just letting that ripple gently out into your friends, your family, imagining the shame that they carry. Letting these waves of love and acceptance gently brush against the parts of them that are hidden from the world, that feel unlovable. And with each breath, letting it ripple out a little bit further into your community, into part of the world you live into, and then just seeing it. How far does it want to extend? Can it extend out into the people that we label as villains and perpetrators, and see that they're just walking with so much shame, and it's so buried and so hidden? And doing whatever you need to do to close this practice, giving thanks to our teachers and our teachers' teachers. May we all feel peaceful and happy and joyful. May we be free from suffering. May the merits of our practice benefit all beings, and may all beings be free from their own suffering. Blessings on the path.